Hey everyone, welcome to a new video. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my 2024 print-on-demand goals. Today's video is going to be pretty cool because today is the first day of 2024, in my book at least. I know a lot of people don't think so, but today is November 1st, 2023, and we only have 2 months left till 2024. So I like to get that head start, just like I said in the other videos. I like to get that head start. I want to know where I'm going. I want to know where I'm heading. And then maybe I could accomplish my goals early so I can relax for the rest of the year once they're completed. So in terms of print on demand, I definitely got some goals. And I taught you guys how to do this before. But when you set your goals, the best thing you could do is set action-based goals, right? So, for example, I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that instead of I'm going to result in this. So a lot of people will say, I want to make an extra 10,000. It's not really a goal because you can't have you need a walkway. You need a path to get there. Best thing you could do is you could say, I will do 10,000 push-ups or I will do 5 this or 20 that, whatever the case may be, instead of I will get X result, right? So let's go ahead and get into it. So I got the big 5. We got Zazzle, we got Redbubble, we got Etsy, TeePublic, and finally Society6. So our work's cut out for us this year. A lot of work to do, a lot of things to take care of, and a lot of things, frankly, are going to get done this year, all right? And like I said, I do like to stretch myself a little bit with these goals. I do want to feel at the end of the day that I'm dead tired and I got nothing left in me, and that's why I push myself a little bit. And remember, this print-on-demand stuff is just a side income for me, and hopefully it will be something that's passive into the future to where I can walk away fully from it in the future, maybe like a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, walk away fully and it will keep producing income. And that's my goal. My goal is to walk away fully eventually from print on demand, not specifically like, the uploading process, but what I mean is just the whole entire thing and then focus on something else while this is producing an income. In my world, that's a perfect world, and, it's very feasible. So let's go ahead and continue, all right? The first goal is for Etsy, okay? So I have an Etsy goal for the year of 2024, and my goal is to create 100 more products that generates at least one sale a day for the last 4 months of 2024. Now, some of you might be scratching your head and be like, why the last 4 months? What are you talking about? Well, for me, with Etsy, I do things very, very simple, zero complication to it. All I do is I research heavily on Etsy what products I create the products, and in a matter of 2-3 weeks, I'm getting that first sale. But it takes a few months for you to really start churning and start to get those sales every single day on that product. And some products don't get a sale every day, which is why I created this second goal if the first one can't be accomplished. So if just so happens that a lot of the products I see are not getting sales, and by the last 4 months, I'm predicting that it's not going to happen, the 200, I want to create 200 passive income generating products on Etsy. So they don't necessarily have to get a sale a day. They might get a sale a year. Not a year. That's way too slow. A week in the year. Maybe 1 sale a week, 2 sales a week, 5 sales, 10 sales a week is much different than getting a sale a day. A sale a day is a lot more predictable, and most times you're not going to have just 1 sale a day. You might have a sale the first day, 3 sales the second day, 2 sales the next day, 5 sales the next day, 2 sales, then 1 sale, like that. So there's a big difference. Creating 200 passive income generating products on Etsy, I could sit there and a product can make a sale every 4 or 5 days, 10 days, 13 days, and that's still a passive income generating profit. So my goal is one of those two, whatever I can accomplish. We'll see what happens though, right? And I will say that this goal is not really following ideology that I've given you guys earlier, where I said, have a specific action-based goal, because Etsy, for me, the action is generating the passive income in reference to the work that I'm doing up front. So my goal is not to research products. My goal is to actually generate, right? It's a means to an end. So for me, Etsy and Redbubble and TeePublic, Etsy it's relatively in its own world. I don't really compare it the same to TeePublic, Redbubble, Society6, right? So that's why it's a little bit different. But all the other goals are going to be action-based goals. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. So one of the kind of the action-based goals that I have for TeePublic are to create 2 or more accounts that are going to be approved in the marketplace and to create 2,000 designs on each. So I know that doesn't seem like a lot, but the goal continues, and the goal continues specifically to add another 8,000 plus designs on all my other accounts that I currently have. And I don't have many, but still, to add 8,000 more designs. So total, I'm looking at a total of 12,000 designs for TeePublic this year. But that's not the only goal. Like I said, part of that goal is to create 2 more accounts on TeePublic, get them approved into the marketplace, which I've shown how I've done in the past on my TeePublic course, and get them approved, like I said, get those designs up, and get the job done. So for TeePublic, that's the goal, all right? And once again, these are where the action goals kind of tend to take place. I have a whole year to create the other 2 accounts. It does not take long at all to upload 2,000 designs to TeePublic. TeePublic is a very flexible platform. You can upload, I think, 50 designs a day. The last time I uploaded 50 designs a day consistently to TeePublic was a really long time. So it's not really like that for me. It's not something I work on all the time. I definitely upload to it on a daily basis, but not at 50 designs a day. So I'm going to be stretching myself here. All right. Next one. Let's talk about Redbubble. So Redbubble, my main goal for Redbubble, for me personally, aside from my virtual assistants have nothing to do with this goal, is me uploading 30 designs a day, every day. This is a very maintainable goal for me. It's not difficult whatsoever. I used to do the 60 designs a day, every day. So for me, this is super easy. It's like, imagine you go running every day 5 miles a day, and then all of a sudden you're running 2 miles a day. It's just a huge difference. It's not even comparable. 30 designs a day, every day. This is just a maintenance. I do have virtual assistants working on Redbubble for me, and it's something that I will continue to do. All right, so Society 6, finally, is where I'm going to be uploading like a madman. Yes, I actually took the time to write that down. I'm going to be uploading like a madman from now until January 1st. So I do want to get a really good head start. I'm uploading 60 to 90 designs a day for Society 6. And I really, to be honest, guys, why I came up with these numbers is because I have 3 current active accounts that are generating income, but I need to get them all to 10,000. They're not all at 10,000, and I don't have really many suspended designs on there because I've learned how to, I guess you could say, follow the rules on there pretty easily, and they're very specific about what they approve and what they don't. And I get a full understanding. So I'm just going to complete those stores with the 60 to 90 designs a day. By then I should be completed. And then my second part of that is just creating the new account, getting that account to 10,000 designs, which the goal really is, as I've said here, is 40 to 60 designs a day. But then again, it just depends on the situation, because I could upload more depending on the day, depending on how much time I have, how much availability, things like that. And also, guys, the activity load depends on my current main income driver, which is I own over 40 plus websites, which is going to bring me into, okay, not my next goal, but my very, very last thing that I'll share about the blogs, which we'll get into in a minute. So 2024 goal for Zazzle, really simple. Just create 5,000 new designs. And I'm not talking about new products, because obviously you can, even though this is not the 100% ideal, customers can go like purchase a product that you didn't necessarily put the design on. They can apply it to it. They can do that. To me, that doesn't count. I'm talking about 5,000 new customizable designs. And yes, customizable. So I'm not taking a design that I uploaded from TeePublic and slapping it on there or something like that. If I do that, I do not consider that part of the 5,000. So that's a little FYI right there. But is it going to be difficult? It's going to be difficult. I'm not even going to joke around here. It's going to be difficult. Designs on Zazzle take a lot more time, and I'm taking a deep breath as I'm saying that, because, man, I understand the bitter monotony of it. It's going to take a while, but it's going to be worth it anyway. because Zazzle is one of those platforms. The margins are good, especially when bulk products are purchased, and it helps. It just helps generate that income. And like I said, my goal, I said this earlier. When I say my goal, this was 2 videos ago. You can put quotations around that, but 40K per month is what I want to do on print on demand by the end of this year, or basically I want to do the work to get there, and then I'll see the results next year. I won't be able to see in 2024. I'll be able to see the results in 2025, because you have to do the work first, then they have to propagate, they have to get indexed by Google. There's a lot of things that have to happen before you could actually make the load of money. So, and everybody who has print on demand understands this. You can create 3,000 designs across 5 platforms, 2 platforms, whatever the case may be, in a month, right? You take those 3,000 designs, you're not going to make all the money that first month. What's going to happen is over time, those designs get sales and sales and sales and sales. So you would wait, right? So there's a waiting period to it. And that's why I'm trying to get all this work done now to be profiting by 2025 in a very positive way. So that's my goal. We'll see. Who knows? We'll see what happens. But anyways, and this is also including my virtual assistants, etc. But now I kind of want to share the goal, the small little piece at the end where I said I would, is my goals for 2024 is for my blogs. Okay, so I have over 40 plus websites that I run on a daily basis. I don't work on them on a daily basis. Obviously, that would be impossible. Blogging for me is the most safe form of income online, where you literally just create a website. And I've shown this before, but I have a website called Rocket Web Builder where I do all my website building stuff on there. And even for partners, like if people want websites or anything like that, I'll be willing to work with them, and I do stuff for them sometimes. But basically, right, you have 3 different plans. You have a blogger's plan, whatever. That's not the point. The point is you could create blogs on this. And what is a blog? It's very simple. It's just a website where you design it, right? And it's very easy to design because it's drag and drop. And you create a blog on there, which is content, like words. And once you write those words get indexed into Google. Google sends visitors to the webpage, and those visitors make you money. And there's many ways they can make you money. For example, you could put ads on the website, you get paid for that. You could put recommendation of products, you get paid for that. You can get people to buy ad space on your site, meaning like they like your niche and they want to put their business, ad like a poster almost on your site. They could pay you for that as well. So there's a lot of different ways. You could sell your own products. You could do so many things. And the cool thing is, and I say this to beginners on my other channel all the time. And by the way, guys, if you want to learn how to blog and get into it, I have a whole channel that teaches this kind of stuff. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to see it. Actually, I'll pull it up. Why am I even putting a link in the description? I'll show you guys. So if you go to YouTube, right, and search for cash cow niche sites, right? You just search for that. You see this logo, the crown logo right here? Boom. There it is. And this is my channel here. It's a small channel. Blogging is not for everybody. It's not one of the fancy things, but it's the most safe. It's the most consistent form of income. If I create a website and I work on it for, let's just say 6 months or even 3 months, and I know that it's going to bring me in $1,000 to $500 a month, I could maybe not have to work on it again for the rest of the year, or even another year and a half, 2 years before the income really drops and I have to do an improvement or an update or something like that. So it's very, very consistent. And I like to personally have multiple different websites as opposed to just having one. A lot of people just like having 1 or 2 and that's it. I like to have many, many different ones. And that's why I called my channel Niche Sites, because I have a bunch of niche sites, like so many. I have over 40. And my goal is to sell 3 of them and create 3 new ones. But the 3 new ones are specifically made for helping the sales of my Zazzle, of my Society 6, of my Redbubble, of my TeePublic, of my Etsy. right? So for those, the rest of my blogging goals, I'll probably be sharing them on the blogging channel. I probably wouldn't share them here. It's not really the place for that. But yeah, that's kind of print on demand related. That's kind of why I brought them up. But I've been struggling with selling different sites because I've waited till they got way too big, and I know that sounds like a good problem to have, but it's really not. I've waited till they got way too big for me to sell them, and people just don't have the cash. So I at least, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong about the whole cash thing. But for example, I have a site that is for sale for $224,000, and you get some people wanting to take a look at it and wanting to know the information, but they don't have the money. And when I say they don't have the money, when you log in to sell your website, how do I know that? It's because every person who creates an account, if they want to be a serious buyer, they're required to show proof of income before they actually can buy it. And they have to show proof of the money before they can buy it. So if the site, let's just say, is worth $224,000, and that's what it's for sale for, you have to have that much or more in your bank account, or basically liquid deposits. It can't be something like stocks or anything like that. It has to be liquid so people can access to it. So out of, let's say, for the past 9 months that I had the site for sale, I actually took it down because I'm not going to sell it anymore because it's been taking too long. But for the past 9 months, maybe 3 people actually had the money to be able to communicate. But there was over 100 people that applied to see the information on the site because I did keep it private. I'm not going to, expose it to the world on the marketplace. So the point here is that, and this is based on my experience, but selling smaller websites is really so much easier than selling bigger ones. I would say any website from, let's say, $5,000 to $18,000 is a super easy sale. But anything more than that, you start to get a little bit more complicated, at least for me. And I've been struggling to find buyers, and maybe it's just not the time to sell. I don't know. But the point is that there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes in the blogging world, and a lot of things going on. So yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing. That's what I'm working on. That's kind of my main thing, is the blogs. I'll give you an example. I've spoken about this maybe 40, 50 times on this YouTube channel. My biggest blog that I currently have is a treadmill review company or treadmill review website. Let's not call it a company because I don't have employees on payroll. I just use contractors. They write the blogs for me, freelancers, if you will. So it's not really a company. It's just a website, right? And yes, it is hosted on Rocket Web Builder. I have all my websites, not a lot, all of my websites are hosted on Rocket Web Builder. And the reason why is because when I first really started going heavily into this blogging thing, I bought a WordPress hosting plan for 10 sites. Supposedly was going to have the highest security, whatever. One of the websites got infected with a hack, scam, whatever you want to call it. All of the websites became infected. When the data scientist coding people got on there to fix it, they indeed fixed it, but guess what? The hack embedded itself in the server. The server could not be migrated or transferred or some BS, and basically infected the whole websites. We removed the hack, it came back. So basically it's one of those things where it cannot be removed. And that's where I decided, you know what? I got to find a place where I'm going to be completely safe, completely, 100%, I don't have to worry about hacking or, basically when websites get hacked, it's not like somebody's trying to take the website from you. They want to leverage your audience. So what they do is when people search things on Google and they click the link, what happens is they're setting a forwarding system to forward your visitors to some garbage website where they're recommending some sort of scam, or they're getting you to click on some sort of bad file or something like that. And I can't tell you how many times that has happened for people on WordPress, more than not. If you're familiar with the WordPress plugin store, for example, and WordPress, the reason why I'm even mentioning it is because it's the number one tool people use for blogs, but it's outdated. It's never been updated for years now. I think the old 2005 model is still in existence, so it really hasn't been updated. But the point of what I'm trying to say is if you guys look at the plugin store for WordPress, anybody can create a plugin. Any plugin can have a hack. And once again, you could get screwed that way. So I was, I had 10 websites. Things were going good. I started to actually make money from all 10. And things were starting to really, really ramp up. And it was 6 to 8 months. I think it was like 8 months in. I was going to say 6 months, but it was like 8 months in. And that's when it happened. Or that's when I knew about it. That's when I noticed. And that's how it kind of went down. So I said from that point on, not happening. And that's where I really just started building blogs on places where I can work on. And it's been many, many years now that I've been doing that. So, yeah, guys, if you want to see that channel, I'll leave a link in the description. You could also search it on Google, search it on YouTube, whatever. But these are my goals, print-on-demand goals. My goal is to passively, in the future, quadruple everything that I'm earning now. And as I told you guys, I can't just set a money goal like, hey, make $40K a month. Like, what does that mean? What does that look like? How much work do I need to add on to what I already have built? There's a lot of things I need to do. So aside from the virtual assistants, aside from creating ads, aside from creating websites where I have print-on-demand items, aside from all that stuff, what can I do this year to control my output for these marketplace platforms? And what happens is these platforms can create a little bit of income for me that will contribute to that 40K a month goal that I have in the future. And, it's not just these. I have print-on-demand websites that I have uploading to. I have ads playing on those sites, running on those sites that are costing me money, but do generate a profit. They're not all fast. And as you guys know, I use Pinterest advertising heavily for print-on-demand. I'll show you what I mean. Autopilotpassiveincome.com. We have a Pinterest ads course. The money is not crazy when you make money on Pinterest ads. And I'll give you an example. When you watch a lot of Facebook ad tutorials, right, you can make $500,000 in 15 days. You can make $1 million in a month. It's possible. There's many people that do it. The only problem is that the ad spend cost is so high on those platforms that it is, and rightfully so. They get a lot of traffic, but it's so high and so costly that your profit margin is going to be smaller. I want something that can last longer, and I don't have to worry about updating it every month or every week. And that's how I run those Pinterest ads. So I run a Pinterest ad, and I'll spend something like, let's just say, 13 to 50 to 70 cents a click, right? And those clicks will generate income. So here's an example. This is when I spent $13K on an ad, and I gained 2 million impressions. But you could see here on the chart, it's been very, very, very consistent spending. So it's not like my spending goes like this and shoots through the moon and then goes down. That's not what happens. So very consistent spending, but the impressions and everything works well, and it boosts it. And the whole point with everything that I'm saying is that it creates that consistent income. And also, I get leeway for experimentation because the cost is so low. So it does a lot for me, and that's kind of why I advertise on Pinterest as opposed to specifically for print-on-demand on Facebook and Google. I don't want to talk too much about it because that's reserved for the course. I don't want to, bring that in. But once again, with Google and with Facebook, you can get you can make a ton of money, right? You absolutely can. It just cost more. But yeah, that's what it comes down to. So yeah, guys, so these are some of my goals. Obviously, I can't share everything on this YouTube video because it doesn't relate. I have blogs, I have, print-on-demand websites, things like that. But yeah, if you guys want to see certain content, like if you want to see me build Shopify stores for print on demand, you want to see me build websites, you want to see me build blogs even, maybe break some things down for you guys, let me know. This year is a big year. And like I said, this year starts today, November 1st. It doesn't start on January 1st, start November 1st for me. So you guys take what you can from this, try to benefit, see what you can take. And yeah, thanks for watching and peace out. Bye. See you soon.